The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211. And Cayman Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services.
And now, Radio Cayman presents The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. Here's your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning. It's 29 and a half after 7 o'clock, 30 seconds early start to the Business Buzz on this beautiful Tuesday morning. Good morning. It's time for another Business Buzz on Radio Cayman. In this first segment, we're happy to put the spotlight on the beauty industry as we focus on Bellagio Salon and Spa. After the 8 o'clock news, weather and traffic, we will be speaking with representatives from Kirk Report. But in the meantime, let's welcome the owner of Bellagio, Mr. Robert Lynch, to tell us all about Bellagio Salon and Spa, where beauty begins the moment you walk in. They bring out the best in you with their professional services that will guarantee your satisfaction. Good morning, Robert.
Good morning, Anita. Thank you for having me. It's such, like you said, it's such a beautiful day, and to be here in this awesome morning with a beautiful person like you is a wonderful thing. So thank you for having me.
Kudos. Ditto. Is that what they say?
There you go.
Oh, gosh. Robert, it's lovely to see you in the studio this morning. And for those of the folks who don't know Mr. Robert Lynch, Robert, he was a former director of admissions at ICCI, and he's jumped headlong into a different industry, for an industry where you don't have to make sure you retain students and. You're still adjunct faculty, right?
Yes, I'm
at
still
ICCI.
teaching public speaking at ICCI as well as managing the radio station. So I wear a couple of hats.
Okay, well, all right. So we'll find out about this newest hat that you're wearing this morning. Give us some background information on Bellagio Salon and Spa, Robert, and how you came to the decision to get into this particular industry.
Thank you, Anita. That's such a great question because it brings me back to the beginning of COVID and everything that's happened since then. And we thought about the hotel industry when we went into lockdown. Pretty much tourists were not coming to the island anymore, and locals got a chance to experience some of those awesome, wonderful things that we might not have. I've lived on this island for so many years, and I mean, I'm ashamed to say sometimes I don't get to the beach, and the beach is everywhere.
Oh, same here.
Right? And so as we were doing these things, going to the beach more and even going to some of the hotels and having staycations and whatnot, it occurred to me that we should fix that. We should create an atmosphere where we enjoy life when we're enjoying some of the awesome things. This is a place where persons come from many, many miles to vacation, and we live here. And
they spend lots of money to get here.
And they spend lots of money to get here. But we don't have to spend that money to get here, but we are here. And so as I thought about something, I said to myself, what if that vacation experience, that luxury experience could be a part of our everyday life? Something that you've done a hard work. We work hard on this island. So after a hard week's work, you can go and get a nice massage, a full body massage, a seaweed body wrap, or a pedicure. These kinds of things where it's not over the top expensive, but something that says, hey, let me treat myself. And that's another thing that came out of COVID, self-care, making sure that we're taking care of ourselves, taking care of this thing or body that is helping us to earn that we go out and use every single week. So that's why I said, you know what? The best place I could get into is let's get into the spa industry where we could help to serve persons, help persons to take care of themselves every day, every week.
And I know you, Robert, you always have your hair done, and I'm pretty sure you get some money and petty somewhere in there. So now you're getting it for free, right?
There you go. It's a part of the service to make sure that when I'm telling you about something, it's something I'm experiencing. So
now, with the beauty salon industry being so saturated as it is right now, let's talk about some of the key things in retaining one's client base. And we know you're good at retaining because you retain those students, right?
Awesome. I'll take you here in terms of retention, in terms of our client base, in terms of the saturation. I mean, we understand that there's an industry that does that. But what Bellagio wants to bring as a difference is You know, I'll take you back to the Oscars. It doesn't matter which side of the slap you come down on, whether Will Smith or Chris Rock. The idea, one thing that was resounding, that was loud, is that hair loss was a very sensitive issue for Jada, and it's a very sensitive issue for many of us. I mean, as we're thinking about our hair, it's a part of who we are, our identity, our confidence, what makes us ourselves. And so when someone comes to a salon, they're entrusting, it's an intimate relationship. That person is getting into your hair, your scalp, every part of you. And at Bellagio, we're not just about hair, we're also about skin, we're also about the feet. And so all of those things, you're putting that in the hands of someone that you want to trust, that you want to build a relationship with. And at the Bellagio, that's where we greet you from walking through the door with that professional service that says, we understand that sensitivity. We understand the responsibility that you're giving over to us, and we welcome it. And we want to take care of you so that you can worry about all the other things that is going on with your life.
You know, funny enough, you segue right into my second question. My next question was going to be, what when someone walks through the door, what do they expect? But you just nailed it there, Robert. And going back to hair, I mean, I have longish hair.
Yes.
And, I mean, this is from COVID. I have not touched it since COVID. And entrusting someone with your hair,
Yes.
no matter how little you have, even if it's just one strand that goes into one ponytail.
That's right.
It's your hair.
It's yours.
You know, you have two strands, you have two ponytails.
Yes.
One strand, one ponytail. But the fact is, it's your hair. And you're entrusting your crown and glory to someone else. And you want to make sure when they're finished with your hair, it's exactly what you want.
Yes.
Not what it might look like or it should look. It's exactly what you want. On point. It must be on point.
It must be on point, and not just on point to that, okay, I went in, I got a rubber stamp, and I did what I did. But it's also, while they're doing your hair, what that experience feels like to you, how you feel treated, how you feel greeted, how you feel received. All that is a part of that relationship that you're building with your stylist, your pedicurist, your manicurist, that person who is not just in your space, because how many of us have just random people on the street just touching our feet or touching our heads? No, it doesn't happen. So that's an intimate relationship.
Especially
So-
my feet.
Especially your feet. So throughout the whole experience, we want to create, throughout the whole service, we want to create an experience where when you come back, you don't just come back for a service, for a hairdo, you come back for the full experience at Bellagio.
Okay. Well, let's start with your hair.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about the hair services that are offered at Bellagio.
Okay, so I could run you down through, I mean, we offer the regular services, weaves, sew-ins, and I should tell you this. This is not my field, but I have a passion for persons and a passion for care. And so we have some super awesome, talented nail technicians, hairstylists, and massage therapists, right? And they're the ones who really execute the service. And so we talk about, so let me go back to the hair. So we have the sew-ins, we have locking, we have interlocking, braiding, styling. You have your wedding coming up and you need someone to make sure that your hair is, like you said before, on point. I mean, we have a super awesome stylist who's there to just help you to make sure that. And so any range of service, going from anything that makes your crowning glory awesome, we have that for you.
Do you do wigs as well?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So and again, persons who wear wigs, we also have a private room, so you can come in and do a private
Okay,
consultation,
nice.
because that can be difficult for some persons to take off themselves, and so we offer that.
Especially somebody
private.
who have lost their hair during cancer treatment and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yes.
So you have a private room. That's good to know, Robert. That's good to know. If you're just joining us, you're listening to the Business Buzz. This is our first segment for this Tuesday morning, right after a nice 4-day-long weekend. We just came off the Easter break, and he's hoping everyone had a wonderful Easter. I want to say thanks to our sponsor this morning of the Business Buzz, Cayman Insurance Center and Cayman Medical Supplies. In the studio, we're speaking with Mr. Robert Lynch. Robert is the owner of Bellagio Salon and Spa. Now, Robert, so we go from hair. Let's talk a little bit more about hair, because hair is important.
Yes.
Do you do like any natural protective hairstyles?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So again, because sometimes when we think about wigs, we think about women in wigs, but sometimes men also wear toupees too. So there's a certain, my stylist, she was working with a client the other day, making sure that he had all the privacy and all the security that he needed. So we do offer those services to both men and women, and in that private setting. So we want to respect your privacy.
Okay. And you do dry and style braids,
locking.
locks. Okay.
I can pull out my list. As I mentioned to you, this is, I can
Yeah,
run
let's
through
hear
the
it,
list.
Robert. That's why you're here.
Perms, relaxing, lace, wigs, installs, closures, frontal sew-ins, braids, locks, natural protective hairstyles, bleaching, dyeing. I mean, our stylist, she's a dyeing expert, bringing you from, any color, making sure that any color that you're looking for, she catches that just right. Come in for a wash and a style and a blowout, anything. We also do lash installations too. As you can see, many of this stuff is new to me, but
I know.
I can tell you, man, the technicians, the stylists, they are super awesome. They're schooling me.
I love lashes, but I can't wear them. No, I can't. They start to itch, and I just can't. But I love to see a woman with, with lashes.
You should probably come in and talk to our stylist, and maybe she can tell you why that is happening, and maybe give you some tips on how to make sure that that does not happen. Because, again, as you're doing these things, we want to make sure that the experience is not just great in the salon, but also when you go out, you can walk out with confidence.
Okay. So I can batter my eyelashes. That's another business buzz. Now, let's look at safety guidelines. We're still pretty much wearing masks and stuff like that indoors, except we're not wearing any this morning because you're 6 feet. I measured it actually. No, seriously, I took a tape measure and actually measured. So
Robert, that's why you told me to sit right here.
right here, and you're still in front of the camera. So Robert, what safety guidelines, COVID-19 precautions do you take at the studio?
So great question, because as we think COVID has made us think a little bit more about health and safety, right? And I want to take it. Here we are. We're still in the middle of the flu season, and I'm hearing in the streets and on the road that this has been a particularly difficult flu season. And so, for us at the salon, it's not just about COVID. It's about making sure that every client in the salon feels safe, and it's an experience watching the ladies prepare for a service. Getting the stations already cleaned down and all those things. Masks, we know the regular masks, we know gloves and all those things. But I want to bring your attention to, once you walk in through the door, there's the regular, sanitizers, making sure that your hands are clean and whatnot. But as you come in, there's also a washing station right in the middle of the salon where someone can come in and actually wash their hands with soap and water and make sure that you're fully feeling that clean. And this feature was there long before COVID. So safety precaution has always been central to Bellagio.
Okay. How about your staff? Do they wear protective gear?
Absolutely, yes. Okay. Like, as I said, masks and gloves and all those things. Those things have become pretty standard, even for us who didn't even think about them. But that has been standard for the salon from way before COVID.
Okay. If you're just joining us, we're speaking with Mr. Robert Lynch of Bellagio Salon and Spa. And I know some people are listening on the way into work. So when they'll leave their car, they'll leave me. So we want them to know where you're located.
Absolutely. So we're located at Cannon Place. That is right. It used to be Miracle Center.
Right.
There we go. So now it's Cannon Place. It's all fancy and everything. We're right in the back. You drive in.
Looking good.
Looking real good. So once you drive up to the salon, it's a wonderful experience. You can see we have some nice luxury waiting chairs. You can sit down and wait for your next service. And it's an open concept, but we have those dividers that help you to have that privacy even in that open concept experience. So it's North Sound Road. Drive past Tortuga, and there you are at the Cannon Place. Stop by and look at and help us, and we give you a consultation.
Very nice. Now, Robert, we spoke about manicure and pedicure.
Yes.
I love a pedi. That's one of the. To me, it's better than a spa. Having a spa.
Yes.
A spa day.
It can
just
be.
your feet, somebody touching your feet, and scraping all the tiredness and the stuff off your feet. It doesn't sound pretty, but once you're finished.
Yes.
It feels really good. It's always worth the money you spend.
Absolutely. So like you said, it doesn't sound pretty, but it makes you feel pretty. You feel wonderful. Again, going to that intimacy, someone touching your feet and just taking care of that most sensitive part of you. And we do have that special, and it's an everyday special because as I mentioned before, it's a part of our self-care. We're building that in. And so one of the services that we're highlighting this and continuing throughout the year is you come in for that pedicure experience. And that pedicure experience includes, all that rough stuff taken off, scrubbing and decalcing and moisturizing and washing and soaking and all that. And it also includes a chair massage. So you're also getting a massage simultaneously while you're going through that. So it is a full experience. We do have a full spa in the back where you can get your seaweed wraps and your full body wraps. I'm making sure I'm saying these things right. Your full body seaweed wrap and your Swedish massage or your hot stone massage. Our therapist is super awesome and does all of that. But right there in the front, you can get that pedicure experience that does include the chair massage.
Nice. And do you have a lot of men who come in to do pedis?
We are encouraging more and more men. So just on Thursday, we had about 2 men. We had a couple come in to do their pedicures together, male and female. And an awesome lady and her husband came in. They did a couples care. And we had actually a construction worker who was coming off work and he wanted to get his pedicure done.
Of course.
It's happened. I mean, as we are going through this COVID experience, we're realizing, hey, look, I want to take care of this thing. This thing is the thing that makes me make money. And so that pedicure, like you said, makes me feel awesome.
We're going to take a break. I want to say good morning to Silver Fox, who's holding it down in the next studio. Good morning, Silver Fox. And I think he might take you up on that at Petty. On that note, we're going to take a break. It's 50 minutes until 8 o'clock.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Following World War II, air transportation made its debut in the Cayman Islands, with the first seaplanes landing in the North Sound. The PBY Catalina seaplane arrived thanks to the efforts of King Parker Jr. from Tampa, who piloted the first passenger planes with his wife as the stewardess. In 1947, Parker sold his interest to a group led by Owen Bobby Roberts. Roberts would later spearhead the lobbying campaign for funding for the Georgetown Airport, which was officially opened in March 1954. The airport was aptly named Owen Roberts Airfield in honor of Roberts, who was tragically killed when his plane crashed on takeoff a year earlier.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way. Positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
Open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Still delivering island-wide for your convenience.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
And for 45 years, we have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz. Good morning. So glad to have everyone on board. And we have in the studio this morning Mr. Robert Lynch, owner of Bellagio Salon and Spa. Good morning again, Robert.
Good morning again,
We're
Anita.
speaking beautiful things,
Yes.
nails, hair, body,
feet.
important things this morning.
That's right,
feet.
that's right.
No, Robert. You said you did mention that your staff,
Yes.
they're well prepared.
That's right.
How to sanitize and all good stuff. How many members do you have in staff?
Well, currently we have one in each section. So I have one nail technician, one stylist, and one massage therapist, and that's our constitution. We actually with the country reopening, we're looking at expanding staff. So I'm actually looking for a barber / stylist, someone who can bring that, rounding out the team.
And you do full body massage?
Absolutely, yes.
Full, before I forget.
Yes, we do full body. We have a wonderful massage
That's
station.
including your wraps?
Including the seaweed wraps, the Swedish massage, the hot stone, and we have a wonderful showering station right there in the massage room, so you can get prepared and get yourself cleaned up right before you go back to work. Because sometimes when we use these oils, if you're coming in the middle of the day, someone doesn't want... Yeah, there we go. So,
do you have a sauna?
No, we don't have a sauna yet, but let me give some thought to that.
Food for thought.
I did want to go back to, you asked me about men coming into the service. I'm encouraging more men to come in, because as men, sometimes we don't, women, they go to the salon regularly. Men, we don't take care of ourselves as regularly. And so we do want to encourage more men to come in and get that foot pedicure. We have a wonderful lady who, massages your feet or massages your whole body, making sure that you feel like a king. We want you to come in and feel like a king, come in and feel like a queen. We also, our stylist, she also does some of the barbering. And so she does a wonderful shave and a mini facial that gives, maybe you're not ready for the feet yet or not ready for the full body yet, but you can come in and get that mini facial that just makes you walk out radiating, just shining, glowing.
Oh, nothing like that smell, all those oils that they use. I just love that. How affordable are your prices, Robert? And what forms of payment do you accept?
Great question. So we try to be very affordable because, again, we're connecting with the local market. It's not just for tourists. It's to make sure that here you can afford the things that make you feel good about yourself. So, for instance, the pedicure that I told you about, that is a full pedicure, and that body chair massage, that's only $45. It's an awesome experience. Nice. That nice trim and shave with a mini facial, that's only $25. And so it's something that someone can go, oh, I can see that fitting in my budget. I can see myself feeling awesome for this, for only a few dollars. It's not that difficult. We do accept cash. Of course, we love cash, but we like credit. We accept also credit cards, and we're just working out online payments. You can actually book and prepay for your service.
Okay. Can I just walk in?
You can absolutely just walk in.
Or make an appointment.
We encourage persons to make appointments, so you can book an appointment because, it helps us to stack the appointments to make sure that each service, we prepare adequately for each service in between services. But, we do accept walk-ins as well.
Okay. I know sometimes you make an appointment and you can't get there.
Yes.
And it's not good for the salon because you lose a client. You lose on that cash coming or that payment coming in for that particular client. So sometimes I try not to break my appointments.
We understand that, but we do recognize that life happens, and traffic on this island can sometimes be just horrendous. So we do encourage you to, if you're having difficulty running late for a service, give us a call, and so we can make sure that we're shifting time adequately and making sure that when you come in, everything is set and ready for your service.
Do you offer gift certificates, Robert?
Absolutely. And I actually do have one gift certificate here for you to make sure
away?
Yes. No,
Oh.
actually, I have 2 to give away.
Okay.
And I have 1 for you to experience that pedicure service.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yes, I want you to come in and just have your feet rubbed and just have that full
Or we
experience.
should have done an outside broadcast from the Bellagio.
That sounds awesome. Feel free to let's set that up.
Okay.
So when you come by for your service, I mean, if you want to do a live
So you want to
stream
give
from
those
there-
away now?
Yes, sure. If you want to
Paul,
have some persons
Paul, can
call
we
in.
give those away now? Is it coming as a pair or one? How you giving them as a pair? Or?
We can. I mean, I'll let you decide. So these are giving away to anyone that you like.
And those are for what? A pedi or?
Yes, the pedicure service. That's the service that we're promoting. Right
Okay,
now.
pedicure. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Okay. All right. The first caller to call Radio Cayman and tell me which salon we're talking about gets a gift certificate for a pedicure.
That's right. Yes.
And we'll take caller 1 and 2.
There we go.
Okay.
Simple,
So
easy.
just tell us which salon we're promoting this
Where
morning.
are we located?
Okay, we've got a call on the line. Okay. Let's see who's on the line this morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
I'm fine. You know who this is?
Miss Selma?
I don't have to
Selma?
identify myself. Yes, ma'am, and it's the Bellagio Salon and it's in the Ymca Center.
Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you. So it used to be called the Miracle Center, but they've changed their name to Cannon Place. But thank you for calling in.
Place, whatever, but I know it as Marco, the old. It's still Marco for me.
That's
Miss
right.
Selma, can you turn on your phone a second? Your radio.
Okay.
We're getting the feedback. Okay, there you go.
I got it down now.
All right, Miss Selma, congratulations. You were the first person on the phone, and you won yourself a gift certificate.
I'm a person.
Yes. All right. So you know how to pick it.
I win lunch and all that. I didn't want to win they were bombarding, but I win for the restaurant.
All right. This is just as good. That's good for your belly. This is good for your feet.
So thank you.
I know, but I have a good pedicurist too, so I want to compare and see what he's saying because I got one of the best from Honduras. To me, the best pedicurist is a Honduran.
You know what?
And I tell her yesterday, I got 2 pounds of sand in my toes from the beach, so you got to get them out.
I'm glad you said that because we do want you to make sure that you're having the most awesome experience. Some persons coming to us means you might be transitioning.
I know good pedicures are, and 2 things I don't do, and that's feeling life.
And so
you hear me say good, it's good.
I'd love for you to come by
the truth.
and give us your feedback after your service so we can have that full comparison.
Miss Selma, can you give Silver Fox your full name and your number, and you know how to pick this up, okay? Yes, and the second caller gets another one, and second caller. Okay, all right. Okay, second caller. Can you call? Oh, okay. You call the next line. Okay, which we can't put you on the air. So we'll just take your number and your name. And you've won yourself the second gift certificate for a petty this morning on the Business Buzz. Silver Fox is taking a name because they called the other line. So we can't put them on the phone. But Robert, while Silver Fox is taking a name, let's talk about your hours of operation.
So we run from Monday to Friday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. But outside of that, you can still also call in and we can make a private appointment for you outside of regular business hours.
And there's no extra charge for that?
There's no extra charge.
Okay, so if I want to come in at 9 because I have to come to work
there
at 9:30 or something like that.
Exactly.
Okay.
We just need to, but that with accommodations like that, we need at least 2 days notice.
2 days notice.
So to help persons to just structure the time appropriately.
Okay. All right. Silver Fox, we've got to win on that? For that? No? All right, we still got a couple of minutes left on the program. Second caller.
I'd love if a male called in and just won this one.
Oh,
So
we
if
want
a man
male.
would call
A
in
man.
and just have
Come on, guys.
Come in and have. Come on, guys.
Come on, guys.
Let's start
It's a
taking
free
care of
petty.
ourselves. A free
It's a free
pedicure
petty.
so we can appreciate what
At
it
Bellagio,
feels
all
like.
you have to do is call.
All you have to do is call in this morning.
We're not asking you questions. We've got Mr. Robert Lynch, owner of Bellagio Salon and Spa, in the studio this morning. Robert, you're not open Saturdays, are you?
I say by appointments. So the girls will go in.
On Saturday. Okay. By appointment, okay. All right, so it's 10 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Yes.
Monday through Friday.
Yes.
And if you need a special appointment, we need to call you 2 days in advance.
That's right.
Anybody on the line, Silver Fox? No? 949-6990. Come on. A guy.
So someone's driving into the office or to the construction site, and they're thinking to themselves, I don't know about this pedicure.
949-6990. We've got a caller on the line. Who we've got, Silver Fox? Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning. This is Tommy.
Tommy?
Calling. Yeah, I was calling. I was listening to the program coming in.
Hi, Tommy. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Tell me, you just won yourself a gift certificate to Bellagio.
To get yourself a pedicure. Mind if I ask where you're heading to? Where do you work, Tommy?
I'm actually heading into the Georgetown police station.
There we go. Police. You're a police officer? Am I making an assumption? Are you a police officer?
Was a crime scene investigator. To be
Awesome. Tommy, thank you for calling in. You've just won yourself. I don't know, for those of you watching on YouTube, we have a gift certificate for you to come in and enjoy that salon experience where you can get yourself a full pedicure and a chair massage.
Tell me, make sure you leave your name with Silver Fox, okay? Your name and number, and you can pick up your gift certificate from Radio Cayman. And
I shall do that.
Congratulations, Tommy and Miss Selma. He's hoping you'll enjoy the experience. We want to hear about it at some point. Robert, we're almost out of time. It's a pleasure. Anything you got 10 seconds to recap something for our listeners.
Thank you very much, Anita. Feel free to check us out at the Bellagio Salon and Spa. It's a wonderful experience where we cover nails, hair, feet, full body pedicure, everything that you can think about to help you to feel your best self and live your best life right here on island. Feel free to call us at 943-5522. Again, 943-5522, or email bellagiosalonspa.ky@gmail.com.
And you're on Instagram.
And we're also on Instagram
Bellagio
and Facebook.
Cayman.
Yes.
Robert, it's been a pleasure having you in the studio this morning. Good luck with your new venture. And you also have a restaurant.
Busside Restaurant, just behind Cannon Place.
You're the new owner of Busside.
Also the owner of Busside, right across from
Okay, so
Parker's.
you can eat and go get your body done.
Or while you're waiting for your service, feel free to give us a call and we just run over with the food for you. So we have to
that's even better. Oh, man. Silver Fox, you know where to go next time, right? Thank you so much, Robert. When we come back from the news, weather, traffic, we'll be speaking with the representatives from Kirk Freeport. They're celebrating 50 years. That's going to be fun. Stay tuned.
Thank you very much.
Radio Cayman Time Check is now 8:01. This time check is brought to you by our friends at Foster's.
This Earth Month, Foster's is sprouting knowledge to help you eat healthily and live sustainably.
Just head to fosters.ky/earth-month to learn about nutrition, the growing process, and curbing your wastage on 5 common fresh products.
Did you know you can shine and fertilize your indoor plants with a little TLC and a banana peel?
Learn more tips like this on our social channels at Foster's Cayman on Facebook and Instagram. Plus, learn about the sustainable giveaways we have in store this Earth Day.
Go to fosters.ky/earth-month
to sprout knowledge this Earth Month with Foster's.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. According to the Overall Retail Network weekly analysis of the Cayman Islands done by the Utility and Competition Regulation Office, the average price of self-service regular gasoline is unchanged at $6.05 a gallon since the last check on April 9th. Premium self-service gasoline is $6.20. However, diesel has spiked 35 cents to $5.90 a gallon. For a quick comparison, 6 months ago, gas prices in Grand Cayman were $4.89 for regular, $5.20 for premium, and $4.61 for diesel. For Grand Cayman, the cheapest self-service regular gas is reportedly being sold at Jose's, where Off-Reg says it's $5.75 a self-service gallon. The average price for regular gas in Cayman Brac is $5.58. Folks on Little Cayman are paying $6.36. On the diesel side of things, Offreg says the cheapest self-service option is Jose's, where it's selling for $4.95 a gallon. According to AAA, the average price of gasoline in Florida fell to $4.07 USD for regular and $4.77 for premium. Log on to offreg.ky for a full breakdown. As Cayman joins the world in observing Sexual Assault Awareness Month, the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service says so far this year there have been 16 reports of incidents of sex assault in Cayman, a downward trend the police force hopes to maintain.
That cursory research supports some incidents of rape, indecent assault on female, indecent assault on boys, indecent assault and attempted indecent assault, and that those 4 categories amounted to 16 such sexual reports so far for the year.
RCIPS Detective Inspector Anderson Taylor tells Radio Cayman all this month the police service will be spreading messages of personal safety. Sexual Assault Awareness Month is an annual campaign to raise public awareness about sex assault and educate communities and individuals on how to help prevent sexual violence. For the first time, the Cayman Chamber is partnering with Corona Extra to organize a plastic weigh-in station as part of this year's Earth Day island-wide cleanups. All volunteers will be invited to a brunch at Coral Beach after Saturday's event. Here, individuals over the age of 18 will be able to turn in plastic items collected during the cleanup in recyclable bags in exchange for redeemable coupons for Corona products at Blackbeard's Eastern Avenue store. Corona became the first global beverage brand to achieve a net zero plastic footprint globally. The Chamber says it's excited to partner with a sustainable brand like Corona to bring awareness on sustainability and climate change to the Cayman Islands. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which will take us out of the newscast. I'm Karsley Fuller from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
BBC News with Moira Alderson. A pro-Russian official in eastern Ukraine has said that Russian special forces have begun storming the Azovstal iron and steelworks plant in Mariupol, where the last of the Ukrainian troops in the city have been holding out. He denied reports by Ukrainian officials that many civilians, including children, were hiding at the complex. Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has said that another stage of the conflict in Ukraine had begun in the east of the country. He said it would be a very important moment. The Ukrainian military confirmed that it was engaging Russian forces along a broad front across the Donbas region. Street battles have been reported in Kreminna, a city of 18,000 people in the Luhansk region. Local officials said Ukrainian troops had retreated to regroup after Russian forces seized control of the city on Monday. Poland's Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki has visited displaced people in the western Ukrainian city of Lviv. He inaugurated a temporary accommodation site composed of shipping containers supplied by Poland. In other news, a boys' high school in the Afghan capital Kabul has been targeted by 2 suicide bombers, killing at least 6 people. The school is in a Shia Hazara neighbourhood in the west of the city, which has been frequently targeted by the Islamic State group. The UN World Food Programme has warned that up to 20 million people in the Horn of Africa are at risk of hunger due to a prolonged drought. It says parts of Ethiopia, Somalia and Kenya are the driest they've been for 40 years. A severe fuel shortage in Sri Lanka has sparked protests across the country, where thousands of angry motorists and bus drivers burned tyres and blocked a major road leading into the capital. Fuel prices were increased on Tuesday by over 60%. Sri Lanka is facing its worst economic crisis since independence. That's the latest. BBC News.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com. Did you know that ValueMed Pharmacy has a free online prescription service? Managing your health and medical requirements has never been easier with ValueMed. Simply visit value-medpharmacy.com. That's VALU-medpharmacy.com and click the Refill Prescriptions tab on our website. Fill in the information for new prescriptions or refills and choose your preferred pickup location. ValueMed on Walkers Road or Town. Then bring in your original prescription from your doctor when picking up. There's no need to stand in line and wait for your prescription. Save time and pick up prescriptions at your convenience by visiting value-medpharmacy.com. That's VALU-medpharmacy.com.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman for the latest in news and information.
Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Download the Radio Cayman app or log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky.
Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way. Positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands. Your Radio Cayman 6 p.m. news, Monday through Friday, is brought to you by Logic. Your life connected. The 8:12 a.m. weather report, brought to you by CG Britcay, where people come first.
Head east on Cove Road. Sharp left on Church Street. Sharper left. No, your other left. Did I say left? Nope, you missed it. Okay, I'm lost.
With money-saving bundling options for home and motor, we're like a GPS that doesn't steer you wrong. CG Britcay. Good like that.
Let's stop and ask for directions.
All right, good morning, Cayman. Let's take a look at your latest weather. Compliments our friends at CG Britcay. Present temperature now 79 degrees Fahrenheit. Kind of partly sunny on the outside. Feels like about 82. Winds are out of the east-northeast at 10 miles per hour. Relative humidity now 83%. Last night's dew point was at 73. Barometric pressure now at 29.88 inches and holding. Isolated showers with some thunder during the early morning hours will occur as a surface and upper level trough move over the west and central Caribbean. Moderate northeasterly winds with slight to moderate seas are expected across the Cayman area for the next 24 hours as a high-pressure system moves over the central U.S. So our forecast for today, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with 40% chance of early morning showers with thunder. Temperatures will rise to the mid-80s. Winds will be north to northeast at 10 to 15 knots. Seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. Then later tonight, partly cloudy skies, 30% chance of late night showers. Temperatures will fall to the mid-70s. Winds will be north to northeast at 10 to 15 knots. Seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. High tide is coming up at 10:43. It's going to be low at 5:17 this afternoon. For tomorrow, high tide is at 12:19 a.m., low at 6:37 a.m., high at 11:40 a.m., and then low at 6:19 p.m. Sunset this evening is at 6:43. Sunrise for Wednesday morning will be at 6:05. The outlook is for continued periods of cloudiness and showers through Thursday morning as the upper level trough lingers over the Western Caribbean. That, my friends, is your latest weather.
The 8:12 a.m. weather report, brought to you by CG Britcay, where people come first.
Good morning, everyone. Hello? Hello? Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Okay, I see we have just about everyone, and of course, Tom drops off, as per usual. Let's just wait a minute here. He always comes right back, and we're almost ready, and... oh, whoever's dog that is, please go on mute. Why won't it let me share my screen? Okay, looks like we're ready to start.
We're like a video conference with no technical issues. CG Britcay. Good like that.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
All right, good morning, my friends. Let's take a look at the latest traffic situation right now. If you're coming out of the eastern districts, traffic is flowing fair to fine. Looking at the east-west arterial, got some light traffic heading in both directions, east and west. Getting to the Red Bay roundabouts, traffic flowing right there as well. Those continuing through South Sound will experience some light traffic. Those continuing onto the Linford Pearson Highway, traffic flowing smoothly. Similar with Crew Road. Coming out of the West Bay areas as well, looking down at the West Bay Road from the Ritz-Carlton, traffic flowing smoothly into the Georgetown area. Along North Church Street, South Church Street, expect some light traffic there as you feed into Seafarers Way. And of course, streets in Georgetown looking fair to find with light traffic. Godfrey Nixon Way, light traffic as well. Eastern Avenue, leading on to Shedden Road. Of course, those streets are fairly busy at this time of the morning. Light traffic, nice and easy as it should be. As you make your way in, some of us kids still off on the Easter break. Some of us may be on vacation as well, enjoying that time with the family. For those of you on the roads, just to be cautious of those on scooters, bicycles, motorbikes, pedestrians as well. And buckle up and stay safe. Your traffic report brought to you by our friends at Subway.
Subway is serving up a special new sauce, bursting with flavor in every bite. The new Savory Collection is a tropical sweet and spicy sauce made with a combination of spices, habanero peppers, thyme, onion, black pepper, ginger, citrus juices, and molasses.
It was so good. Wow. Sensational. Delicious.
Subway's Savory Collection pairs perfectly with our oven roasted chicken or steak sub. Savor the flavor. For a limited time, only at Subway. Subway. Eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning and welcome back to the Business Buzz. This is our second and final segment for the morning. 2022 is a momentous year for Kirk Report as they celebrate 50 years of a Caymanian family business that has grown to be the largest duty-free retailer in the Caribbean, largest independent duty-free retailer in the island. In this segment, we put a focus on Kirk Report's 50th anniversary celebrations. Our guest in the studio this morning is Mr. Chris Kirkconnell. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. Chris is the Vice President of Kirk Report. Now, Chris, it's awesome to have you in the studio on this 50th anniversary.
It's for us it's something we've been looking forward to. We're happy that the world is starting to return a little bit to normal, so that we can really try to celebrate and that it falls on a year when the world is coming back to its normal.
Emerging from being the cocoon. Now, 50 years of history and growth. That's tremendous. Chris, can you give us some history, some background on Kirk Report and the growth over the years?
So Kirk Freeport, my grandfather, Eldon Kirkconnell, was the founder of Kirk Freeport. And really the beginning of that company started in the back of the old Kirk supermarket that was in the location where CIBC FCIB's headquarters is right now. That was the original supermarket location. So a couple counters in the back of that store is where that business really started. And as tourism started to develop in the island, he realized and saw the potential for the duty-free business, which has grown obviously into its own company, and over the last 50 years has flourished as the same way, in the same growth that the island has as well.
1972. Now, can you recall, or have you heard when they moved from that from that jewelry counter in the grocery store? Where was the next location?
So where what is known as our La Perfumerie 1 location was originally that little corner store held everything. So it was watches, jewelry, crystal, china, perfumes, everything. So all my grandfather's office was right in the back there. That building was originally built, and the upper floors were banking offices. And over the years, we ended up taking over that whole space and expanding on that location, and now have that whole building plus others is where our operations are. So that's our, the original store started right there, and you can see pictures where the store itself hasn't changed that much from the original form.
And how many locations do you have? How many locations around Georgia?
So we have a mix of businesses. So obviously, watches and jewelry is a big part of what we do. The La Perfumerie stores are also a huge part. Before COVID, we were at about 21 stores, and now we're down to around 8. Obviously, without tourism the last 2 years, it's been a little bit of a different scenario. But we've always focused on local business and wanted to make sure that we cater towards our amazing local clients, and that is what has really kept us going over the last 2 years. And the 50th anniversary for us is a celebration of continuing on and knowing that a way to show our local customers that to give back to the community and to show how important they are to us as a part of our tradition, a part of our business.
All right, we'll look at some of what you have to offer, but going back to your history, the Kirkconnells have always been tied to the sea, with many generations of captains and seafarers and shipbuilders. Can you touch on that a little bit, Chris?
Yeah, well, if you look at our logo, throughout our companies, we have always kept the ship's wheel with the K in the middle. So that originally came from Kirkline, which was the first family business. Obviously, in Cayman Brac, we did build boats, which is part of our seafaring tradition as well. But that ship's wheel will always stay as a part of the companies, because it's homage to where we started. The family is always going to have a love for the sea and a passion towards anything that is involved with boating and fishing and sailing and being a part of the ocean. So it's very important for us. And our 50th logo, we kept that with it as well. So the 0 and the 50 bears the ship's wheel to continue that tradition.
That's awesome. Now, daily operations of Kirk Freeport, they're handled by whom? You and
so myself and my brother Daniel are kind of running the business day to day. Obviously, being a family business, all of the generations are involved. So my parents, my grandmother, my aunt and uncle, we're all involved with the business to different degrees and always very close together with everything that's happening. I growing up in the business, even if you weren't an employee, I ended up, stacking boxes in the warehouse. I've worked through.
You had to start from somewhere, right?
Everywhere. Working on the floor in the stores, in IT, in accounting, in logistics, clearing shipments through the airport, through the port. It's part of the tradition is learning every part of the business.
So you've learned from the warehouse
from the ground up.
Now, how many do you have in staff?
Right now, we're at 115. We were, again, pre-COVID, we were around 220. But still, we've the average age of an employee with us is around 15 years. But we have a couple of people that have celebrated above 40 years with us.
Wow.
Quite a few that are 30 plus, and a lot that are in the 20 years and over. So it's it is like a big family to us, more than just a company, and having employees for us it is we try to treat everyone like family and feel like everyone is a big part of our extended family.
If you're just joining us, you're listening to the Business Buzz, celebrating 50 years, not the Business Buzz, Kirk Freeport. They're celebrating 50 years of history and growth. And we have in the studio this morning Mr. Chris Kirkconnell. Chris is the Vice President of Kirk Freeport. Thanks to our sponsors of the Business Buzz this morning, Cayman Insurance Center and Cayman Medical Supplies. Now, Chris, what has contributed to the company's longevity over the past 5 decades?
Well, I think that a big part of it is that as a family,
besides being family,
we're looking at the long-term future, not just for ourselves, but for the island as well. And we've always we want to be in business in Cayman forever. Part of what has helped us to develop as one of the largest independent, if not the largest independent retailer, is that we have, while other people have kind of looked at expanding to other islands, and for us, this has always been our center. So unless one of the family really wanted to move somewhere else, which none of us do, we've decided that Cayman is where we wanted to be and wanted to focus. So I think knowing that we're not just operating for today, but we're building this for the next generation, and my children are the 7th generation on island. Knowing that we want to extend through the next 7 generations and beyond is, I think, part of what has helped build our strength.
I'm pretty sure you'll have that baby in the warehouse moving some boxes soon.
Oh no, they all have to start there too.
Have to start soon, right? No, Chris, we know that Kirk Report is saying thanks, and you're giving back to the community in a variety of ways. Can you share some information as it relates to the 50th celebration?
So, wanting to kind of stick as close to the 50th theme as we could, we decided that we were going to add an additional $50,000 worth of charity donations. And so we chose 5 different charities to kind of link with the history of the company. So one of those is the Cayman Islands Seafarers Association, because that kind of ties into our Cayman heritage and where the business originally came from, being on the sea. We feel that we are a very entrepreneurial company and try to kind of stay very current with the trends, and so picking entrepreneurship and Inspire Cayman as one of the charitable partners, wanting to help create that sense of entrepreneurship through other generations of Caymanians. The National Gallery, because that's part of craftsmanship when it comes to the jewelry and the watches, and all of the luxury goods. There is a great degree of detail to those products that you experience, and so the craftsmanship that will be experienced through helping to sponsor programs with the National Gallery ties into a theme of what we do on a daily basis. Sponsoring the YMCA is a part of keeping family and keeping the next generation and the kids involved, and helping them to develop. And then obviously, as we've said, being on the ocean and being part of the maritime history, the Cayman Islands Sailing Club is another one of those charitable partners. And we do have a personal links to some of those as well, like the Cayman Islands Sailing Club. My father was actually the first person to carry the Cayman flag in the Olympics.
I didn't know that.
For sailing. So, and I grew up, we all grew up on the water and sailing, and it's always been a part of our family traditions. So we have a little bit of our personal family connections to some of these as well. Nice. The YMCA is also a big part of Cayman Islands Little League, which a lot of our family have played baseball, softball, and t-ball. We have links to kind of all parts of the island, and just it's trying to give back.
I love it. I love the way it's split up and how it's split up. You're missing one. That was 4, Chris. You have Cayman Islands Sailing Club, Seafarers Association, YMCA, National Gallery,
and Inspire Cayman.
Inspire Cayman. Did we miss that, or you?
No, we covered it.
Okay, I missed that. All right, so that's 5. So they'll each charity will receive $10,000. That is awesome. That is awesome. Very good. Now, what else are you doing? Gifts? Are you having gift cards for birthdays and anniversaries?
So we're again trying to keep the 50th theme as strong as possible. Anyone that is celebrating a 50th birthday this year,
oh man, I'm way past that.
Qualifies for a $50 gift card. Okay. Anyone that is celebrating a 50th anniversary, which we've had several that have come through, so it's great to see some of these local families celebrating 50th wedding anniversaries.
Okay, so it would be 50 and over, or just 50?
If you're celebrating your 50th anniversary this year, it's a $500 gift card to Kirk Report.
Right, nice, very nice. Okay, and how do I have to fill out an application? Or?
So if you visit our website online now, I know that not everyone has full access online or may need some help. So if you were to call into our main line, we can help you. But it's very easy. There's an application form on our website that you can find very easily in our 50th anniversary section. Just fill it out. It comes right through to us, and you're all set.
Okay. How about shopping? If I come in and I spend, let's say, $400 in one of the stores.
we have if for every $500 purchase, we have.
Okay. I was trying to sneak in a 400 there, Chris. Okay, it has to be 500. Okay.
So if we for every purchase of 500 or more, then we have quite a few very nice gift with purchase, and we're adding items to those as we go along through the year as well. But for every $100 purchase, you qualify to win one of our monthly prizes, and we have a lot of quite a few amazing prizes from the brands that we've been working with for the majority of those 50 years.
Okay.
We have prizes from Roberto Coin.
So every month you'll
every
have
month
a
we have a drawing. So
and you have a list too. You want to run them down, Chris?
Yeah. So we have Roberto Coin.
That's for April.
That's for April. So that's this month. So if you for every entry, it isn't just for that month. You'll stay in the drawing
until
for all
December.
of the successive months,
Okay.
all the way through December.
Okay.
So Roberto Coin has a love in Verona necklace that is the prize for this month. We have some Kirk Freeport jewelry for next month. Mickey Moto the following month. Tag Heuer
in July.
July. Breitling in August. Chopard in September. Omega in October. David Yurman in November, and then a Rolex watch in December, which is part of our traditional December giveaway.
Is that a female or a male?
It depends who
depends.
wins. Depends.
It depends. Okay.
You have
okay.
a choice. So we actually had last year we had a lady won, but she decided to offer the prize for her husband. So she let him pick a watch for himself. Lucky guy.
Lucky guy. So that's okay. On that note, we're going to take a quick break, Chris, and when we come back, we'll continue a discussion about Kirk Freeport's 50th anniversary. Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
Open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Still delivering island-wide for your convenience.
Are you a Caymanian status holder, or a resident of the Cayman Islands who is interested in enhancing transparency, accountability, ethical standards, and promoting awareness in public bodies? If you are civic-minded with the highest level of integrity, the Commission's Secretariat, on behalf of His Excellency the Governor, welcomes your expression of interest for appointment to the various statutory commissions. For more information on the commissions and candidate qualifications, visit the Commission's Secretariat website at www.commissionssecretariat.gov.ky.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
You're listening to the Business Buzz, and we're speaking with Mr. Chris Kirkconnell. Chris is Vice President of Kirk Freeport. Chris, it's awesome. I forgot to say congratulations on the 50th anniversary. Congrats.
Thank you very much.
I missed it at the top of the program. Now, guidelines for persons to follow when it comes to entry requirements for the various prices. You did mention some of them, but is there any other guidelines that we have to follow?
So really, the only other guideline is that you have to be resident on the island. So if you have a Cayman Islands driver's license, or you show that you're living on the island, then that's the only other qualification.
Okay. And what's your website?
KirkFreeport.com.
Okay. And you can get more information.
Yeah,
on
we
that,
have
right?
we have a section there that's fully dedicated to the 50th anniversary. So you can see all the information on the charities, and all of the prizes, the gifts that are being given out with purchase, and we'll keep adding to those as well.
Okay. Now, let's get some more details, contact details. You've got telephone number? Well, main one. You've got a main line, right?
Yeah, our main line is 949-7477. But if you look at the contact information on the website, it has everything there. It'll make it in case everyone, a lot of people are driving on their way to work right now. So if you visit the website, you'll find all of the information.
All right. So that's Kirk Report on the whole. Let's get a bit more personal here, Chris. Let's talk about you. You've been in this business from the time you were, say, in school, in your younger days. Now, what's a typical Chris day is like?
Oh, every day is different. So it's, being a family company, we are less rigid with what the actual roles are. So we get involved with everything. We're involved with the properties, with tenants. We're involved with the day-to-day operations. Myself and my brother both buy for most of the major lines. We're involved with most HR decisions. Some of these we probably could modernize a little bit, but it is nice to have a family touch in everything that we do. It's part of what we feel helps make what we do is special, is trying to make sure that there is that family touch throughout the company. Making it to 50 years and being able to be a part of that. And seeing everything flourishing going forward does mean a lot. I mean, you grow up and the family businesses are always a part of. You're never really off duty, so it's part of dinner conversation.
I like how you say that.
A part of you find some way that even in Sunday lunches, which the family still gets together with my grandmother on Sundays. We keep very strong family ties into everything we do. So every day is different because we're touching so many different parts of the company, and it's always exciting. It's been something that even though we grew up in the business, it was never kind of mandated that we're expected that you come back. It just became something that we enjoyed and wanted to do. Every day it really does. It really is an awesome feeling to drive into town, to see the same harbor where where Cayman started, really, where all of the ships used to come in to bring the goods that kept the island going, to be a part of that center and to know that we're in the middle of the heart of Georgetown, in the heart of the island, and to try to keep the tradition going as long as we can.
And what a tradition. I love my Kirk Report, I've got to tell you.
Thank you very much.
I just love to come in and look at all the different brands, even if I can't afford some of them. But it's just it's there, and it's part of the Kirk Report tradition.
Part of what we try to do also is even though we do carry very high luxury items, as you've mentioned, we have product for every category. I mean, from my first watch was a Flick Flack, which is about a $30 watch, and
it's like the Switch. It's like the Switch. What do you call it?
It's part of the Swatch.
Swatch.
Yeah, so it's
right.
the kids' version of a Swatch, which it comes with a little clock that helps teach kids how to tell the time. And I keep that tradition with my kids. Once they're able to tell the time and they learn how to tell the time in school, they get to come and pick their first watch, and it normally is a Flick Flack. So it's just a fun. We have products for every age, every stage,
and that is what I love about Kirk Report. Yes.
And so whether it's the fragrances or if it's in the watches and jewelry, we carry something for everyone. And we definitely have the largest single store in the Caribbean at Bayshore Mall, and you can find product from every range in that store. So it's it can, like you said, it can sometimes maybe people feel a little bit daunting because you do see some of those very high luxury items, but we really try to be a part of everything for everyone.
That's okay. You can try them on. I love trying them on. I just love how they look on my wrist, But that's okay. I know somebody will come in and enjoy them, after I've tried them on.
Absolutely.
I had first go, but no, just kidding.
I discovered quickly sitting down that you have a family connection to Kirk Freeport as well, which is, it's over the last 50 years we have, I bump into people that I know my father and grandfather worked with. Obviously, some are still with the company, as I've said, but a lot of people go on to other roles and they grow in different positions in different companies. There are a lot of people that have worked with us in one shape or form over the last 50 years, and it's always nice to hear those stories.
Yes, my niece is there, and she just loves it.
Oh, she's amazing. Farah is a very special part of what we do.
Thank you. You make me cry. I have to let her know. Oh, thank you, Chris. She's become a part of the family, and I don't think she'll want to be family anywhere else.
Well, we definitely value what she does for us, and that it's part of. For us, it is like a big family, and we want to make sure that everyone grows and has the opportunity to make the best for themselves as well, whether it's with us or growing and learning with us and then moving on.
Let me ask you, Chris, how was it during the lockdown? I mean, a lot of your customers come from especially cruise passengers. How did you make it through the COVID during that? Well, we're still going through we're still within the pandemic, but how did the store fare during that time?
So it was, the first couple of months when everything was very strict, on a very strict lockdown, was almost impossible to operate because between brand guidelines and not being able to ship, working online doesn't really work for us the same way. And for the type of products that we carry, it's not something that watches and jewelry are something you want to experience. It's a luxury experience. It's not something that you kind of just see a picture online and it's easy to work with. So the first couple of months were really tough. But like I said, we have always had a very strong focus on our local clients. And as soon as we were able to open the doors, we did see tremendous support from local clients. And with everyone not traveling, it meant that as we saw throughout the island, there was a strong support for local businesses. And we can't thank the community enough for being a part of that, because it really is what kept us going throughout. We did have to downsize quite a bit because with over half of our original customers being from tourism, whether it's cruise or from stayover, we couldn't sustain all of the operations, but we did try to keep as much of the company and as many employees with us as we could. It was very tough, and those are probably some of the hardest phone calls, conversations, and decisions that I've ever had to be a part of, and I hopefully never have to experience that again. But we've made it through quite strong, and we have a lot of fantastic people still with us, and hoping that maybe we'll be able to bring back some of those people that were with us before as well, as we grow back into see our borders open and getting back to kind of where we were before.
I was going to ask you that, if you were planning on, cruise ship passengers are back in, and we have all the, what do you call them, overnights?
The
stayovers. And, maybe you'll be thinking about bringing back some of those employees.
Oh, we were already reaching out because things are starting to pick up again, and so we're always looking for great people. So if anyone that was with us before, or if we can find any young, especially young local talent that is interested in becoming part of what we do, we're definitely looking for people as things get normal.
Do you normally take on interns, Chris?
We do. We don't have a formalized intern program, although we do, every now and again with specialty areas like watchmaking. We've had a couple of local people that we have taken on as apprentice to learn watchmaking. One of which is Justin Ebanks is working with one of the most prestigious watch companies in Germany right now. after spending several years with us, so it's to make it to one of the top 5 as far as complicated watches is kind of a proud moment for us as well. So we're always, especially when we get into the holiday times, we take on a lot of students and those that are on break to be a part of what we do.
Oh, very nice. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue our discussion with Mr. Chris Kirkconnell. Chris is the Vice President of Kirk Freeport, and we're speaking about our 50th anniversary, 50 years of history and growth here in the Cayman Islands. Thanks to our sponsors this morning, Cayman Insurance Center and Cayman Medical Supplies.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
And for 45 years, we have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
It's Kirk Freeport's 50th anniversary, and we're celebrating with you. If it's your 50th birthday in 2022, we have a $50 gift card for you. If you're celebrating your 50th wedding anniversary or higher, it's $500. We'll also donate $50,000 to charities and increase the rewards for store purchases too. Purchases of $500 will receive branded gifts, while purchases of $100 gain entry into our monthly sweepstakes with prizes from luxury brands. View terms and conditions on KirkFreeport.com.
Business Boss. Business Boss with your host, Anita Khan.
Mr. Chris Kirkconnell, Vice President of Kirk Freeport, is our guest on the second final segment of the Buzz this morning. And Chris, let's talk about some of the what brands are you carry at Kirk Freeport? You did mention, we know Rolex, of course, but what are some of the other brands?
Well, we were mentioning this in the break. One of the watches that is giving a prize towards the monthly prizes is Ymca. And Ymca and Tissot were actually two watch brands that were the first that we took on.
What was the other one?
Tissot.
Tissot, okay.
Part of the same. They're now part of the same group. Okay. But those are the two first watch brands that we carried. And they've been with us for the entirety of the last 50 years. So it was important for us to have them as a part of this, since they've been such an integral part of our journey and have been one of our major brands for so many years. Mm-hmm. But a lot of these companies, whether it is Roberto Coin, a lot of these are still family owned. So we're very close with Roberto Coin himself, and also Mr. Webster, who are the co-owners of that brand. So having them as a part of the celebration and being the kickoff for us as the first prize was important. Whether it's Mikimoto, Tag Heuer, has been a part. All of these brands have been a large part of what we do for the majority of that 50 years. Chopard is a family-owned business, phenomenal product. David Yurman is family-owned, and we know the family quite well. So some of these partners have been very close relationships for us, and a big part of what has helped us become successful. So we're happy to have them represented in these monthly prizes.
What do you wear?
Well, I have a Rolex on right now. That's one of the most important brands for us, and just
it's lovely.
Thank you very much. I mean, it's really there when you try one on, you realize that it is very. You understand why it's different from pretty much anything else.
I try the ladies' Rolex all the time.
That's my goal. They have been, that was a brand that my grandfather sought out to bring on right from the very beginning. What he really put in place has made it easier for the rest of us. It's not always easy keeping up with today's competition and a lot of what's going on a worldwide basis, but keeping the relationships with a lot of these companies has been a part of what has made us strong, and really just trying to carry through the way that they want to be held in the same regard that we want to represent our family in the business is, I think, part of what makes it special for us.
And you do have some of these people come down here quite often.
Oh, they visit quite often. Okay. A lot of the companies are either based out of Miami or somewhere very close, so they're down here quite often.
Okay. Now, Kirk Freeport recently held an event called Easter at Bayshore. How did that go, Chris?
Oh, it went really well. It's there are a couple traditions that we've tried to keep going that are really completely just geared towards community experience. Mm-hmm. And Easter at Bayshore is one of those. Everything is completely, there's no entry. Everything is provided free, whether it's the snacks, the activities, the prizes, the entertainment. it really
Appearance of
for
the
us
Easter Bunny.
it's not really an opportunity where we're trying to create sales. It really is just for us trying to have an event that the community can be a part of and can enjoy. Christmas on Cardinal was always a big one for us as well, that it's gone on for decades. And all of that, again, is really just trying to create a community experience, something that everyone from every background can enjoy, because everything is completely free of charge for everyone.
I have to tell you, Chris, I'm pretty sure the rest of the community were so proud of Kirk Freeport and all the achievements. When I go anywhere and I see some of the brands that you carry, I'm like, oh, we get it at home. You know, I tell my friends, oh, we get it at home. I don't have to get us here. We get it at home. And it makes me so proud.
Yeah.
And especially when I come out here and I see the brand and I'm like, oh, I see the building or your logo. I'm like, this is Kirk Freeport. I just love Kirk Freeport. I'm sorry.
Thank you very much.
I can get emotional about this, but I just love what it represents for the Cayman Islands. It's a big part of I guess you can say who we are, And looking at you this morning, sitting across from you, I feel honored to be having this conversation.
Oh no,
with you.
it's the honor is ours. Like we just being 7 generations in the island is it's our home, and it's a part of we want to be a part of forever. So trying to hold to the same values and traditions in as far into the future as we possibly can. That's what we're here for.
Mm-hmm. Now, Chris, your brother Daniel is not here to speak for himself this morning, unfortunately. But tell us a little bit about what he does with Kirk Freeport.
So he is also vice president with us, and he handles a lot of our property management and as well as buys for quite a few of the watch brands. So a lot of what we bring in, he's handling on a daily basis. But we're all really involved together with running and operating all different aspects of the business. So it's there are titles and there are titles. So we wear many hats, and quite a few of our executives that have been with us for 20, 30, 40 years all understand that too. We're all involved in kind of every aspect of the company. So there are certain responsibilities, but then we're also involved with pretty much every degree.
Okay. And who is the president?
My father is managing director, so he is still active with the company, and so is my aunt, Debbie Guyton. They're both very involved with what we do, and always still in the offices several days a week. The daily running is between myself and my brother, but we're all still very involved. So if you weren't the vice president of Kirk Freeport, what do you think you'll be doing, Chris? Growing up, I did have thoughts of what would be interesting. I always enjoyed science and medicine, so I think if the family business wasn't there and I didn't enjoy it so much, I probably maybe would have focused on something in the medical field. But it was only maybe a little thought in the back of my mind more than anything else. So and
I'm sure it's gone by now, right?
Oh, it is. I think it's still one of those things you think, okay, that would have been something you enjoy. And I do try to learn and study things on the side, even if it's just for the sake of having something else as kind of a hobby knowledge. But we, like I said, we enjoy what we do, and I think if we didn't, it would make a big difference. But the products that we're working with, the companies that we're working with, the people that we get to work with on a daily basis, and just like I said, being able to start every day in the heart of Georgetown, it's hard to beat.
And I can tell you don't have any regrets.
None whatsoever.
None whatsoever.
And I'm starting to see, I won't ever push it onto my children, but I'm starting to see my oldest daughter, has an interest in learning where does the jewelry come from. My son has almost a little bit of a mechanical engineer kind of mind to what he's trying to discover how everything works. So the idea, learning about the watches and the mechanisms is
nice.
very, very. You can see that it's something that he gravitates towards. So it's fun to see them having interest even at a young age without having to say, okay, it would be
this is what you should be doing.
be doing. Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, Chris, let's recap before I let you go. We just have 8 minutes left on the program. Can you recap on the main points that you would like to leave with our listeners regarding the 50th anniversary celebrations?
Really, for us, it's not just kind of celebrating, saying that we've reached this milestone, which obviously is very important for us. A big part of it for us is really wanting the community to be able to benefit and enjoy parts of it with us. So not trying to just wave a flag saying, we've reached 50 years. We really, and that's part of where the giving back to the community and the charitable partners was so important for us and has really been a big part of what we want to emphasize is, helping to put things and continue things in place for the next generation. So quite you can see several of them are focused on the youth and wanting to help develop Caymanians and to assist in providing those opportunities. So that really for us, that's a big part of it is wanting to see the tradition and to see the future continue for everyone.
And some of those charities, the 5 charities that will be benefiting Cayman Islands Sailing Club, Cayman Islands Seafarers Association, Cayman Islands YMCA, Inspire Caymans, Build Your Future Cayman, and the National Gallery. Now, just to recap those giveaways again, Chris, before I let you go.
As far as the charities, or
no, not the charity. Oh, we know the charities are going to get $10,000 each. Those gifts, certificates, and stuff like that.
Yeah, and again, that's again for us is
steak.
Wanting to, again, like I said, wanting to keep the 50th anniversary in mind is. Anyone that is having that 50th birthday, don't forget to send in to submit a form because we want you to be able to have a little gift on us as well. And especially those celebrating the 50th anniversary, which is such a fantastic milestone to make. And we've had several already that have been submitted. So it's nice to see to see those coming in and getting to meet everyone.
Okay, Chris, what would you like to leave with our listeners this morning?
I think we've covered quite a bit. You're very thorough, and you've made sure we get
my
to all
producer, Miss Susan Watson, is.
So I think we've covered pretty much everything. We're just really for us, it's just again being thankful and saying thank you to all of our local customers that you've been able to be the largest part of what has kept us going for these last 50 years, and even more so the last 2 to get us to the 50th mark, because we've been completely a local economy the last 2 years, and it really has been amazing to see across the board the support for local businesses, not just ours. So thank you, and thank you for helping to get us to the 50th anniversary.
And we want to say thank you for being a part of our Cayman Islands, and congratulations again, Chris, and wishing you and your family all the best. And the Kirk Freeport family would like to say congratulations, and we want to make sure that you'll be here for another 150 years and more.
Sounds
and
good.
counting.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Thank you very much.
Thanks to our sponsors this morning as well, Cayman Insurance Center and Cayman Medical Supplies. Want to say thank you to our first guest in the studio this morning, Mr. Robert Lynch of Bellagio Salon and Spa. Thank you. And thanks to our callers who called in and won gift certificates for a petty this morning. Thanks to Silver Fox for holding it down, and of course to all our listeners, our YouTube viewers, and our producer, Miss Susan Watson. Until Thursday, April 21st, when we bring you another Business Buzz. In the meantime, please stay safe and have a wonderful day. From me, your host, Anita Can. Thank you so much.
The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211. And Cayman Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other